All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Assassination Classroom, Season 2, Episode 10. We had a very serious episode last week.
Very scary episode.
Yeah.
And definitely one that was, oh, wow.
Kind of took me by surprise.
Yeah, a long time coming, although it took us by surprise.
Yeah.
Because it's like, Nagisa has had all these little, like, drip feed, little bits of backstory hinting, or just kind of upbringing stuff with like the dad, and then hints towards the mom and stuff. And now we just got everything with knowing where he's been at and what he's been through. Mm-hmm. And that could all be over. That could all be just, Koro-sensei is a wonderful teacher, and Nagisa is an amazing student. So here we are.
And here we are. Nagisa's mom, you got off really, really easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah. But for this next episode, I'm not entirely sure what to expect, because I wouldn't have expected what we got last episode. So now it's like, wait, are we going to go back into like sort of wholesome fun, or are we going to do something else serious while we're already on the
two
tone?
Ideas.
Yeah.
Meta person in me goes, okay, karma family now. Let's go to the next biggest character of the students, and let's just go straight into their backstory, right?
I mean, hey, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Or what I would maybe more prefer.
I mean, I know what I'd prefer.
Yeah. I would prefer maybe a little bit of Koro-sensei focus.
Ah, sure. Now that we dealt with the main character, let's deal with the other main character.
Yeah. The one that kind of everything is like built around in general. That would be what I would.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Given that this is a 2 cour per season show, there is still a lot of show left, so they could still give us a lot of like Koro-sensei stuff later.
But this is kind of like, if they're going to do a mid-season finale kind of a thing, you know?
Yeah,
we'd be about to get into it. Yeah.
So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into it.
ありがとうございます。中学生がスポンサー契約結ぶかよ。資格はない。いい組だ。当然のように蹴散らして。
Oh my god, the difference in voice.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Because see, we went with the other main plot, not Koro-sensei. The school.
この食材は君たちと同じ。山奥に隠れて誰もその意味に気づいていない。
Okay.
武器で客を攻撃か。まあ殺し屋的な店だわな。殺すつもりで売りましょう。
All right.
We're
getting a cooking episode.
Yep. Raising funds.
ちゃんとしてんじゃん。あ、修学旅行の高校生。
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
また女子でも拉致るつもり？例えば。
No one would hear you up on this mountain.
Yeah.
Oh, a bad Yelp review.
Oh no. Oh! He cries!
The tears streaming down his face. Wow.
この卵だけって食ったことねえ。てめえらまずいって言えまずいって。
Nope, can't do it.
Oh my god. Yes. Order as much as you want. Yeah. Wow.
Wow. Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, those photos are. Wow. Oh.
Very cool.
But the problem is their location.
Yeah. Location.
Yep.
Right, because they're at the actual school.
Oh my god!
All right. Well, all right.
What is this?
1時間単位でイベントが盛りだくさんだ
1 hour intervals. Oh my god.
無償で出演して
Wow.
さて僕らの番だ
I know we're gonna get
course.
music as
Of
well.
course.
Oh my god.
Class A is gonna do a band. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I am actually
Yes,
really excited
I'm really
to see
excited
this.
for this. Oh. Oh no, are they gonna actually ruin it for him?
I don't know. I feel like it would all be planned.
Oh!
Hey!
Yes!
Awesome!
Oh! Oh, so this is the... How many people have they interacted with in the
Right.
past kind of episode?
Oh.
Aw.
Lady Killer! But their food is very affordable, though. It was like 100 yen for like one of the dishes. Oh, word of mouth.
Yep.
It eventually works, yeah.
No, watch. The delinquents, because they're gonna go to the ATM and everything, they're going to bring people back with them just by being like, wait, you're going up there?
Yeah.
No way! No way!
Yes! Yeah! Right!
Swapped him into a skirt. Yeah, uh-huh.
So much for the teasing.
Uh-huh. Right. It's all part of the job.
Nagisa-chan.
Yeah, uh-huh. Nagisa and bitch sensei. Just raking in the cash.
They're too powerful.
Yep.
They can't be stopped. I'm just trying my favorites. Read it.
Yeah. Wow. Now, be like, get some of your friends to come here, too.
Oh.
Hey, cool.
Whoa! He probably has an Instagram
Yeah.
following or something like that. Oh! This is the guy that gave up. The guy that gave up at the assassin job and stuff. He's like, nope, that's not.
Oh.
Oh, big
I love it.
Yes! Wow.
Oh no. Oh no.
Loro. Everyone's coming here.
Now just eat a bunch from the menu first. Yeah. Oh. Wait, he's alive?
Yeah.
I thought he died.
Yeah, I know.
The Reaper got him.
What the hell? Ah.
He's just looking around it like the people. Yes! Oh my god! Wow.
Oh.
嘘ついてるよなすごいね観察眼すごくねえよいやらしい環境が育てた望まぬ才能
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what that's like, Nagisa.
Yep.
嘘ついてた僕もねこの外見は子供の頃から仕方なくでさずっと嫌だった僕けど望まぬ才能でも人の役に立てば自信になるって最近分かった
Not going on a script now.
Yep.
Yeah.
ごめんね僕男だよまた本当 また本当だってば見せれば納得
Oh, no!
欠点や弱点も裏返せば武器にできるこの教室で学んできたのはそういうやり方でこの出店もそのやり方で作られていて今日ここにいる人たちは
And cleverly deflecting from the idea of, wait, what?
心が踊って
What about all the people here?
Yeah. Ah!
コスプレ撮影会で金を取ろうと思ってたのに
Wow.
稼ぐつもり
Wow.
1日目は
Alright.
そこそこだったけど
First day.
売上速報が貼られて
Now, what about the
このペースじゃ A 組と勝負にならないよ
word of mouth?
I don't know, you had assassins coming here.
Yeah.
朝の中継に間に合わねえぞ
Morning broadcast.
テレビ局
何撮るんだろう
この先には E 組しか
What? What?
ネットで口コミが
I'm telling you, it was Yuji. Yuji has social media.
情報の発信源を
Yeah.
ノリタユージ
Yeah!
一番勢い
Yeah!
グルメブロガー
Hell yeah! And that's his passion.
他の学園祭でめっちゃうまい出店と出会いました
Oh.
詳しいメニューは次の記事で書くけど人生観が変わりました
Whoa!
不利な立地を逆手に取った自給自足の食材の数々欠点や弱点を武器に変える
Whoa!
友達がそう言ってたのを聞いて
My friend who works there,
意外
yeah.
な影に隠れて甘やかされた小遣いだって自分の武器みんなの役に立ちゃいいので開き直っておすすめの情報を発信します
Whoa! Over 1 million hits! Holy crap!
Yeah.
味わえるのはあと1日だけ
Yeah, and then the FOMO goes in and everyone.
必死だった
Yep.
注文が入るたびに取って作って
Oh yeah, because they need to still
Yeah.
make more stuff.
They need the actual ingredients capable of doing it. Wow, and they even get like baseball buddy. Oh my god, everyone's coming in. Wow.
まずいですどんぐり麺
I was gonna say that.
Get Koro-sensei on it.
予想以上に売れたからない
や、
Huh?
ここいらで打ち止めにしましょ
でもそれじゃ勝てないよ
う。いいん
But
だ。
it'll build
これ以
the
上取ると山の
excitement,
生態系を
Oh.
崩しかねない。
Because they've been taking that much already.
君たちがどれほど多くの縁に恵まれてきたこと
Yeah, because all the people coming through here. Yeah.
助けられた
Yeah,
人
yeah.
迷惑をかけた人、かけ
Yeah,
られ
those you've caused trouble for.
ライバル
Yeah.
として互いに争い、高め合った人たち。
The power of friendship. Perfectly balanced.
あすみません売り切れちゃっ
Oh, shoot!
なのすごい人気だったのね
Whoa.
すごいのねあんたのクラス残りたがる理由もわかるわ
Whoa.
あんたの背中を見て思い知ったわ私の息子は私とは別人だって
I hope so.
私
Hope
から
you
卒業
realize
するっ
that.
て言ったのも虚勢じゃないそれだけの力を知らぬ間に身につけていた
And it wasn't from you. Well, some of it was from you.
Yeah.
でもね渚
It was in
せ
spite
め
of
て
you.
成人までは一緒にいてよ、せっかくあんたの親になれたんだもんもうしばらく心配させてよ
今日をあなたが生まれた日にしませんか
Oh.
あなたが私にくれた縁
Mm.
を
Yeah.
あげているでしょうか
Whoa.
Okay.
Oh.
彼女が俺にささやいて帰ったんだが俺の面のことは黙っておくってどういうことだ
Oh.
Wow.
やっぱ E 組が目につくな
Wow. Third
3
place.
位だぜ最後まで勝負してたらどうなってたかお
Yeah.
前食いに行ったそりゃテレビに出てたら興味も湧くわ
E 組って地獄みたいなところだと思ってたけどさ。
Uh-oh.
中で実況って案外羨ましい
They're
な
like pretty
Yeah.
badass.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer? like
That was
I know
the face of like
like it's shit. Yeah, it's totally the kind of thing where it's probably like, okay, now bad stuff's gonna happen because principal's
Right.
on the scene.
Right,
But I
right.
couldn't help but like imagining just like a solitary tear just
Yeah.
going down his face. You know?
everything I've done.
Yeah.
Everything I've worked for. Everything I've strived to achieve. Undone by those stupid kids.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
wow. This was great. This was really
I love it.
wholesome and
Yep.
fun and goofy and
yeah.
ridiculous. And we get to see all the characters like that we've seen in the past interacting with them.
Apparently, Lovro's still alive, which is good to know. I thought for sure he was dead, but okay.
Yeah, I guess not. Maybe there's too much respect between professional assassins and such.
Or maybe
That's
actually
that's
the
not
Reaper.
Lovro.
Yeah, because if the Reaper killed him and just took his face or something, you know, they didn't know that he died. So, you know,
Possible. Yeah.
it's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible.
But all that being said, we have a lot of characters just kind of getting to show up again after all this time. So if you've been like watching the episodes and rewatching them and stuff like that, you then get all these little like Easter eggs of like, oh look, it's Gun and Grip and all them. And we get the high schoolers that were bullying them back in their school trip.
And then Karma's still like putting the wasabi into Grip's food. Like,
Yep, exactly.
Yep.
So all these little things just to be like, they've come a long way. There have been a lot of people that have had different types of interactions with them, but all those experiences taught them things.
Right.
And that's the theme of the episode, is that the things that teach you, like parts of life and stuff like that, are not necessarily ones that you intended to be teachers.
Right.
Because it doesn't matter whether you intended to or not. If you
learn
have
things. Yeah.
Yes, if you have the capacity to be open to learning things from them, even if it takes you a year or 3 to learn from them, eventually you have the opportunity to gain something by them. Your weaknesses and flaws and all that can become weapons.
Especially as we were shown, if it's not necessarily even the best learning experience, right? Because with Nagisa's mom, that is not something that he would have considered to be a learning lessons kind of situation, right?
Well, it was definitely a learning lessons, but I think what you're meaning is that it's not one that he would have preferred.
Right.
He would have preferred it any other way.
Yeah. Well, right.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah.
And that little parallel, that we got with Koro-sensei, it seemed, where it's, and we're not entirely sure what happened there, but maybe you can think of this as your first day, or as the day you were born. Okay.
I think it's just another memory thing brought up just to show the person that was really important to him that died.
Right.
Or something.
I believe
in the first episode.
Yeah.
And she was very instrumental in his life in general.
Yeah.
And now he's thinking, did I do a good job? Am I passing off,
Yep.
what I've learned? And that'll be interesting because, if he's thinking about this in a eventually my time with these kids will end, there's a lot of ways you can read into that regarding him, intending to actually follow through on his threat.
Sure.
And that is something that we've, for the most part, up until for the last little bit, been like, we don't even buy it anymore. Like we're like, no, Koro-sensei, we've seen who you are now. You're not the type of being that would actually destroy the world.
So, new theory. Why is Koro-sensei waiting a year? I think that it's actually because that... So, I'm guessing that the girl that he cared about died, right? Yeah. And it probably would have been around the time that the moon was destroyed. Maybe that's why the moon was destroyed. But I'm guessing that not only did she basically say, go teach those kids, right? But also it was the stay your wrath for a year, teach those kids, and see if you've changed your mind. Basically, like even if... Because I could totally see it being something where he was going to do it out of vengeance for her, maybe, right? And then, because
she quelled him.
Right. Because I feel like it's so easy for me to forget that Koro-sensei's growth also has happened very recently.
It has.
Right? Because...
relatively.
Right, within the last, like it hasn't been even a full year, right, since the beginning of this change. I'm guessing, assuming that it happened around the time of the moon being destroyed.
It happened around that time,
because I'm guessing Koro-sensei didn't do it after that, right? Or not much after that, right? So...
Yeah, but there's still a huge possibility, given the way he talks and stuff, that he was a human being that lived a full adult life. Like, not necessarily to 60, but he grew up from beyond being a kid. Like he reached adulthood
yes,
well beyond the point that he became whatever he is right now.
Yeah, I don't think it could be something where he was, very young when he was turned into, what he is now, but yeah,
I don't
I feel like I feel like it's almost guaranteed that he isn't, because he wouldn't be able to have this kind of wisdom and insight if he was still that young.
Yeah, I think it's important that he is an adult that basically has I was a human kid, so he thus can sympathize and connect with the kids and stuff at some level. Like, I don't believe he was an octopus creation monster thing his whole life.
Right. It was confirmed that at one point he was human.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I would think that he lived to be at least 20 or 25 or something before that change happened. And he could be as young as like 25 or something like that.
Sure.
To teach them, given that Bitch Sensei, for one, is apparently like 20 or 21.
Right, exactly. She's way younger than we would have expected.
Exactly.
But yeah.
Okay. We got all these characters coming in to be basically the, hey, remember them? And it was wholesome, it was sweet.
Yep,
but,
good comedy.
But Yuji coming in, I was very surprised that this was the choice that the episode chose to go in, because this is coming off of the episode with the mom and Nagisa.
Yeah.
So this is the other character that basically like kind of had a little bit of a unique interaction with Nagisa, assuming that Nagisa was a woman.
Right.
And in this instance here, it's played up primarily for comedy, but things switch rather quickly once Yuji's like, hey, you're lying, aren't you?
Right.
And it's not just that you're lying. I am good at telling when someone is lying, which is hilarious in the sense that he's been fooled up until now. But it was because of a similar situation to what happened with Nagisa.
Right. Yeah, and that's I like it because it shows that there's a connection there, a good foundation for a relationship, right?
Yeah.
A good friendship, because there are similarities, right? And what Nagisa said, back on the tropical island, that did help him a lot, right? And I'm really glad that it was something where there was no like bitterness within him or whatever of like, oh, you've been lying to me, or whatever, right? Like,
he's more mature than that at this point.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So that was really cool. And then the added bit of, oh, he's one of the biggest food bloggers out there. So,
right.
There you go.
Right, but the idea that Nagisa, he was able to communicate in this instance here that the idea of something being your weakness, something being your flaw, something that has held you back in your past, being turned into a weapon, something that you can use, tying it in with the food, tying it with the thing that he then has been able to determine a lot of times how when someone is lying, the privileges that he got, that he's now like, oh wait, that's actually been a weakness up until now, because of the fact that it's basically pushed me in this direction, in this worldview, this viewpoint. Now he's like, no, I'm going to turn that into a weapon here and use it to help people. So then when the blog comes out and stuff like that, he's like, no, I understand that what I'm doing here is highlighting the fact that their food and all that is really good, but I'm doing this specifically to help my friend here.
Right.
I'm doing this like really because like, oh, this is how my life has changed here. I can do this. And this is my weapon. This is my assassination skill.
Yeah, this is me. This isn't my dad. I'm not just living in his shadow. Like, it's good stuff.
Being my own person. Like what Nagisa's mom then comes in and realizes, hey, I just realized that I realized it back then.
Yeah. Well, and one of the things that I love about how that happened, because, okay, last episode, really serious, really heavy, even among, the heavy episodes that we've gotten in this show, right?
Yep.
The resolution was quick, right? So one of the things that could be a potential question is, what does Nagisa truly feel about this, right? Because the fact that the situation at the very least got less bad, right? Like that helps a lot, right?
It helps.
But how does he truly feel about himself, right? And him giving that lesson to Yuji, right, is a way to basically show that he's reconciled it, right?
Yeah.
You know, okay, I know who I am. You know, there's been this bad experiences in the past and everything, but I know who I am now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then that makes it so that when the mom comes back, I feel like then it's that nice closure, right?
Yeah.
Because Nagisa has realized it within himself. The mom realized it in the previous episode, right, and had that sort of rude awakening,
but needed
basically.
to communicate that to him.
But needed to communicate
episode.
that, right? And now after Nagisa has kind of done that 12th step of helping someone else, you know,
sure.
then the mom comes in and is like, hey, and I'm glad that she wasn't able to get the food for a couple reasons, because one, it's the idea that it's not totally perfect and smooth now just because she had this realization.
Yep.
You know?
Good. Yep.
But then there's also the idea that there was a conflict within her of whether she should actually approach Nagisa about this.
And there's many ways we can interpret why that
Right.
is
what
is the case.
What the emotions were, but the bottom
result,
line is
yeah.
she, even after there was this big whole thing, right, she waited. She waited and hesitated to actually go to.
Yeah. For
place.
one, Nagisa doesn't owe her anything.
Nope.
So her requests at the end are very genuine. And I assume she's aware enough of the fact that because he's his own person, what she's basically asking for is not necessarily forgiveness. She's just asking for the opportunity to be his mom for
Right.
the remaining time she has left with him.
She's asking permission, you know, and
Now, does she deserve it? Hell no.
no, but that's
But
the point, is that it's a
that's the
request,
point.
right?
Exactly.
Because the thing that makes the situation that Nagisa had with his mom so twisted, I feel like, is because there is a point where the parent has to basically tell the child what has to happen, right? You know, when the baby's, 1 or 2 years old, right? It's the, you make sure that they don't touch the stove, right? You know, there are those points where it's the no, you're too young to be able to be responsible in particular situations. So in those instances, I am going to basically
Cover for you,
right? And
exactly.
and override your will essentially in order to protect you, right? But the whole point of growing up is that there comes a point where that's not needed and that's not healthy, right? And then there needs to be that letting go, and Nagisa's mom couldn't do that, right? So now in this situation here, she is, by truly asking, she is acknowledging, you are your own person. I have no control over you. I do not desire to have control over you.
Yeah.
But I am making my feelings known, and then you can do with that what you will.
Yeah.
And that's good stuff.
And it shows also how mature of a person Nagisa is to be able to actually say yes to that.
Right,
Which-
and not have it be something where there's any kind of like, oh, I feel like I should say yes or whatever, but for it to truly be a free choice.
And that's the part that's tricky, is that we can't know what's going on in Nagisa's head. But Nagisa just had a moment with another character where he was putting on a face to deceive and manipulate. Now, he was being peer pressured by his friends to do this. So, details.
But he ended up deciding to stop doing
But he ended up deciding to not do it. Exactly. So that in this case here, this is framed within this is Nagisa who tells the truth.
Right.
And this is Nagisa who also doesn't necessarily do things just because he's pressured to.
Also, one
Which,
of one of the other things I really like about how Nagisa opened up when he was like, hey, I can tell you're lying, because the original question was about all the other people there, right? And yes, that would have, from a story perspective, if he's like, yes, they're all assassins, we're being trained as assassins in order to kill this octopus because he's going to destroy the world, that could have that could get
negative
weird.
repercussions.
Negative repercussions, shall we say. But that wasn't, I don't feel like that was the reason why Nagisa didn't address that and instead address the whole thing of, yes, I have been, lying to you here. Is because that was what was most important to him and to Fuji, right? Because it's the, wait, did I say his name wrong?
It's Yuji.
Yuji, that's right.
Yeah.
That's what was most important, right? So it's the, hey, I feel like yeah, the whole assassin stuff, that doesn't really affect you, right? You know, but the connection that we have, I want to make sure that I am being fully honest with you, and this is the situation where, you know, I wasn't even comfortable with it from the start. So here, I'm going to tell you what's up, even though this wasn't what you were asking about, you know? No. So, yeah.
Also, okay, comedy this episode was just off the wall, balls to the wall, crazy.
Yep. As expected of Assassination Class.
Yeah, I loved the little dig at Food Wars. That was hilarious.
Oh yeah, we tried. Yeah, but Food Anime have a monopoly on that.
The taste reactions, basically. That was hilarious.
That was wonderful.
And then what was the other one that was pretty ridiculous?
Well, there was Bitch Sensei when she was like the ATM.
Yes, that was amazing.
That was
I think
wonderful.
The other one for me is just the one that we already mentioned, the idea of he's a hunting license, but he's a foreigner. It's like, no. See, he's naturalized. He's a big anime fan. You know how it is. Like, I imagine that dig at basically like foreigners who come to Japan because they're big anime fans. Yep. Freaking weebs, man, and they come in, they get naturalized, like, and they're motivated too, but they still like walk around and do like, you know, like they're like, well, I gotta have my gun, right? And it's just like, there's only one country that produces that type of foreigner in Japan.
What?
Like, definitely.
Also, like, yeah, those were amazing. That was absolutely wonderful.
Hilarious.
But I loved how like cold open surprise like a lot of the reintroductions of the characters were. Like,
oh, they're just suddenly there.
Yeah. You know. Yes, I said it before, I'll say it again. Gun. Like, I never thought that there would ever be a reason to see that happen again.
Me neither.
And
but
I love that at this school festival. At this school festival, where by that point, there were a lot of people around.
A lot of assassins.
Well, a lot of assassins, but I'm guessing some people that weren't quite assassins, right?
Of course not.
Like, right? Yeah. And then here's this guy just with a revolver, just, oh, so tasty. Like, yeah.
Assassination Classroom, y'all. You'll love to see it. But y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length family reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access. You can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
Info in the description.
Yes, if any of that interests you, we'll see it there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.